I can't even lie, I was feeling low. I felt like when my dog told me she was too.
Okay, so welcome to my channel. This is Natesia's World. I'm Natesia. This channel will consist of the life I live with me and my 5 children as a widow. We're gonna do some vlogging. We're gonna do some story times. We're gonna do some challenges, maybe some pranks. You know what I'm saying? It's everyday thing. I wanted to bring you all into my world and how I live. I think that my story time should be documented as well. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is the best way. This is something I always told my husband wanted to do, but I didn't just think I can go through with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm challenging myself now to go ahead and do this. And I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm me. That's it. That's all. But anyway, so I'm gonna break in this channel with a story time about how my mom found out I was pregnant at 14. Y'all, it was interesting to say I wasn't the best kid. Like, not saying, but I wasn't the bad kid. I was mature, very mature, and I developed sooner, way sooner than supposed to. So I always hung out with older girls, and you know, it was like, you know, they were doing it, so I was doing it type stuff. So I met my child's father. We're just gonna call him D in the story. I met D in drill team. I tried out for drill team. I was already in basketball. It was my 8th grade year, and I met him, and he was a drummer and I was a dancer. So it was like there's another drummer. They were cool. I'm gonna name him Jay. And so my best friend liked his best friend. So I liked him, but his friend liked me. So D started to think he was gonna talk to my friend. I'm not even sure, but I do know there was some incidents where, you know, he was flirting and stuff because he felt like I was talking to his friend, which I really wasn't. I was trying to get his friend with my friend the whole time. Then, get out, Junior. Close the door. Get out, Junior. Close the door. Close the door. Araya, close the door. Araya, close the door. My door. Close my door, please. But anyway, so one day I'm talking to Jay, and you know, he told me how he wants to talk to me, but I told him my best friend liked him, and I liked it, D. And so he was kind of like, okay, well, hook me up with your best friend. I'm like, okay. And I kind of got D's number on my own. You know what I'm saying? So your girl went and got that on her own. I don't know how I was so bold, but I seen him and I was just like, and he would always flirt with me and hit me stuff, but I seen him doing that with other dancers too, so I'm not just gonna be whoop-de-doo, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why I had a crush on him. So okay, so I knew him for a year. Me and him talked for a whole year. Just kind of just on the phone, and you know, he would never commit to being my boyfriend, but it was like, you better not talk to nobody else type situation, or deal, or we know, we know, you know what I'm saying? So I would say going into 8th grade year, I heard D was talking to this girl at school. She confronted me about him, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, me and him never went out, but, you know, we do talk. And she was like, yeah, well, that's my boyfriend. I said, okay. D went to a whole nother school. He was already in high school. He was in 9th grade. I was in 8th. The girl was in 9th as well. But he went to another high school across town. So I'm like, okay. So I told him, like, when I got home and he called, you know, this is when we had landlines, baby. Landlines, baby. If you don't know, ask your mama. Baby, where you got it? Your own personal phone, and no FaceTime, no nothing, just connected to the wall. But anyway, so you had to wait on somebody to call you, or you call them and they'll call back. There wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the motherfucker you told that you called to tell him to call you tells him. That type of situation back in the day. But anyway, so I call him, and he calls me, and I tell him about the girl at school, and he's like, yeah, you know, he was going with her. And so me and him kind of stopped talking for, like, I'll say a month and a half type situation. But mind you, I would see him every day still in drill team. So I start dating another boy, but that's kind of didn't work out either. So I was kind of, at the end of my year, me and D, we started back talking again. And then, but this time he was ready to commit and be in a relationship. I'm like, okay. So me and him will talk all the time. And he'll come over. Like, he lived on the south side, baby. I lived on the west side. Anybody in Des Moines, Iowa, will tell you, baby, that's a drive. So he used to ride the bike or the bus to my house. He was 14. I was 13 when he first came over. But at this time, I just turned 14. He was 15. Because our birthdays, I'm December, he's April. So he was 15. But he used to ride the bus to my house, late night, stay. Like, I'm like, you gonna call your mom? He like, no. Like, he didn't have to. Like, mind you, we didn't have cell phones like that, y'all. Cell phones were just starting to come in. We had mini phones, baby, where you had to go get a card to upload minutes, baby. Every text message was 25 cents. And I'm saying they taking the 25 cents out to $20 you load it on that phone, baby. It was the struggle. And then, so he didn't have one. I had one. So he came. So it was the last day of school, and the last day of school at the school I went to, the 8th grades always celebrate by leaving school in the morning and going to the Adventureland, and just which is the amusement park here, and you're pretty much gone all day the last day of school at the Adventureland. Now you can stay out there and have somebody come pick you up, but if you have to ride the bus, you better be at the bus on time, because it's a big amusement park. The teachers is kind of scattered everywhere, but they let you kind of go about, and you have to have parents' permission, money, all that fun. So I went, but that was on a Friday, and that weekend I played AAU basketball. I had a tournament in another city, like 40 minutes away, and I'm like, he wanted to come to my games. He was going to come to my games. We had no school. So I said, okay. So I'm like, just come over. So I'm like, he came over. Me and him made plans, y'all, to have sex. We did. But he was supposed to bring condoms. He did. So he gets to my house. And, you know, he's just chilling and cooling. And my mom was like, okay with him being there while she was there, but I had to keep my door open, like, very strict. Like, I'm like, okay. So, but my mom's room was downstairs. Like, we have basements here where you can, like, a whole nother living room, everything. So my mom's room was kind of downstairs. She had her own, like, little apartment downstairs. And but my little sister was supposed to be making sure, you know. But my little sister, she's kind of like, she didn't like to be bothered, so she would leave us alone. So I'll close my door, of course. And then, so when the first day when he came, me and him, you know, and he didn't wear one. But I didn't know, as a girl, I didn't know if he actually did it you know, in me, how I should say that, just because I guess I just really didn't know, because it was like I didn't know how to tell. I shouldn't have been doing it, but I'm like, okay, so I didn't know that he was actually in me. So okay, so then that weekend we ended up doing it for the second time, no condom. And then so okay, boom, he leave. Me and him, like I said, school year's coming. Okay, so June, well, we went by and I noticed I wasn't getting a period, but I didn't tell nobody but him and my cousin. And I'm like, my cousin, she was scared she wasn't finna have hers either. So we like, bro, we might be pregnant. Like, but my cousin was like my cousin's 3 years older than me. So I'm like, okay, like, nah, we can't be like, our periods is coming, watch that coming. So days gone by, and my aunt, they live in an apartment complex. My baby daddy lived in this building, but my aunt, Catty Corner, lived in that building. And my cousin was staying with my aunt for a little while just because. And when I would go see my baby daddy, I would go see my cousin. So I'll go over there one day, and I'm like, this was like, I want to say July, coming up at the end of the summer, and I'm like, cuz I still ain't started my period. She's like, I started mine, B. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, So I'm like, well, mine's gonna come too. It's gonna come too. That bitch never came. It never came. Lord Jesus. But I still was like in denial, like, nah, I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. So I'm doing, y'all, that summer when I said I was doing track, basketball, and drill team. So I lost a lot of weight, but I threw up twice during the summer, and my mom noticed that. My mom was also one of the mothers who count pads, wondering why you ain't asked her for no pads. You know what I'm saying? She ain't seen no pads in them. My mom's one of them mamas. So summer's going on, and I'm doing all these activities, but I'm getting smaller and smaller. I threw up once. She noted that. And then I threw up another time. She had cooked some food, and I was ready. I was so hungry, but my stomach hurt, and I was sleeping. But my friend, she came over. She was sleeping too. So my mom woke us up to eat, and my mom cooked a big old dinner, spaghetti, catfish. I was so ready to eat. But when I got in the kitchen, it's like smelling the food. I just couldn't hold it in. I was throwing up, and I just need to go back to sleep. So I think that was kind of my mom's like, because like 2 weeks later, I'm gonna say at the beginning of August, one day I'm sleeping. My mom calls me, y'all. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, sleep. She's like, why you sleep so much? I said, I don't know. She's like, oh. So when's the last time you had your period, Nay? My name's Nene, by the way. I go by Nene for short. I'm like, I'm still half asleep, but I'm like, should I just go ahead and tell her? And I just said, I don't know, mind you. And so she was like, you don't know? When's the last time you had your period? I'm like, the beginning of June. Y'all, when I say it was mid-August, my mom was like, so are you telling me you're pregnant? I said, I don't know. Like, so at that time, I woke up, like, you know, when you in trouble and you know you fucked up, and your parents say they're gonna whoop your ass when they get home. It was one of them situations, and you anticipating that ass whooping or how bad it's gonna be, and so you really just worried until they get home. Yeah, it was one of them situations. I woke up. So my brother, his girlfriend, we don't call her ex, she was pregnant. But my brother was 18, but she was my age. She was 16. And she was staying there. And so she was like, oh, B, you in trouble. And I'm like, I was like, no, bro, stop playing. Like, she was making me laugh through it, but I really was scared. So I tried to hurry up and go. You know how you try to hurry up and go to sleep before they get home? Or when you hear them pulling up, you try to act like you sleep. Yeah. I was like, I seen that clock. I knew she was getting ready. I went there and forced myself to go to sleep. Then she come wake me up. She's like, here, take this. It was a pregnancy test. Y'all, my heart just racing. Right? I didn't know what to do. I'm like, okay. So I get up, I go to the bathroom. I read the instructions. Okay, cool. Pee on the stick. Y'all, I went, I peed on the stick. I set the stick on the counter. I didn't even read. I set it on this counter face down and left and went in my room and hopped back in bed like I was asleep. And next thing I know, like 30 minutes later, I hear my mom coming up the stairs and going into the bathroom. Y'all, she walked in my room. I don't know how every time I think about it, it's just like, still, and I'm grown. But she was like, so what we gonna do about this? And I'm like, is she telling me I'm pregnant? Like, I'm really pregnant? Like, I really have like a bit, like, no, this can't happen to me. It's just late. I just kept saying that it's late. I'm like, wow, she's really confirming I'm pregnant. So at that time, I had to register in my brain that I'm really pregnant. I got a baby in me. But I'm also having to register, oh my God, I'm pregnant. My mom was so mad, y'all, when I say that lady cussed me out. And she really went downstairs and she got to call everybody, baby. When I say everybody, she even told the mailman, everybody. Baby, she called my daddy first. So every time Natija, I'm coming downstairs, huh? Like I held it in for the longest. Like, I didn't cry. Like, and then so my daddy like, Doo-doo, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so mad. But see, my sister, she's way older than me. She's like, I want to say Bree is like 7 years older than me. So she had her first in Mississippi, but she lived in Mississippi with my dad. She had her first at 15 too. So when he found out about her, they said he jumped on her. Baby. He just like, dude, I'm just so mad. I'm like, I'm disappointed in you. Dude goes to your basketball career. I'm like, I know. So like, I'm holding in, and then like, my grandma calls. My mom's like, answer the phone. Your grandma's on the phone. I'm like, okay. This call, I was dreading. My grandma's a pastor, y'all. But she also is one of them grandmas who don't play that. She don't play that. She let me have it. Told me that the ninja wasn't going to stay around, pretty much. I was going to be a single mom. He was just using me to have intercourse, and I can understand that. But, you know, really, I was really the one pushing it. He was kind of wanting to wait. But he wasn't no virgin, though. He was already, but he still was with me. He made me wait a whole year before we even did anything. A whole year. A little more, a year and a month. He made me wait. So, it was just kind of like, so she like called that boy's house. That was a number. That was another one. I just dialed the number. His mom answered. Yeah, this was Twanda. She's like, are you Hootie's mom? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, me and you need to talk. So I got my daughter here, and she's pregnant, and it's by your son. She like, what? Oh, he ain't here right now, but when he gets in this house, me and him need to have a talk. We gonna have a talk. She's like, yes, ma'am. We need to just stay in communication and, you know, giving each other's number and pretty much going from there. So after my grandma called, like hers was the one that broke me down. It just broke me down. And after she called my cousin, we gonna call her A. Now A was 4 years older than me, but granted she was 17, 18, but or 18, 19, one or the other. But still, she calls me, sis, you ain't gotta worry, but who cares what anybody says? Forget what they say. We'll get through it. I'll help you raise the baby. Like I'm like, okay. So she made me feel better. She made me like, okay, yeah, I made a mistake, but it ain't gotta be the biggest mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my mom gets off the phone with everybody. And the next thing I know, she hands me the phone, and these people are asking me questions about scheduling for abortion. And I'm like, what? Like, I was confused. Like, she just handed me a phone, like, speak to these people. And they asked me questions, asking if it's really something I want to do, if somebody forcing me to say yeah. And, you know, I wasn't going to tell them, like, that's my mom. So, of course, I wasn't going to be like, yes, you know, she's telling me what to say. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, so, like, so they had booked the abortion day which happened to be my first day of high school, which was like a week and a half away, like week and a half, 2 weeks away from when I had called. So for a couple of weeks, I was doing everything like normal, still in drill team, still playing basketball and everything, like. And everybody, like, I go to drill team practice, all his cousins is the drummers and stuff, and all, like, everybody, all of us is kids. Like, the oldest is literally, like, 18, and the youngest we had was probably, like, 6 or 7. But they all come running up to me, you told your mom. And I'm like, yeah, they like, you're stupid. They was like, but everybody now is out that I'm pregnant, y'all. To everybody. Like, he told his cousins that my mama called his mom. But he didn't even get in trouble, y'all. Let me say that. His mom just was like, it better be a girl. He did get punched, but she said it better be a girl because she wanted a granddaughter. She had a grandson already. And so I was like, I felt like that wasn't fair. Like, I felt like I took the brunt of it. You bought 5 condoms, so you didn't put on one. Not even try. And he would tell you to this day, oh, I planned on it. I wasn't going. He's like, I wanted to get you pregnant. I'm like, why? He's like, because I wanted to, like, essentially trap me. That's what he wanted to do. But we gonna get into some stories about him down the road, because baby, I got some good ones. So anyway, like, so I'm feeling good. I'm really sitting there, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, your mom can't force you. She can't force you. Planned Parenthood, you know, they telling me, like, well, his mom didn't, I guess she really didn't know that my mom planned on making me get an abortion. So, you know, the weeks went by. So, literally, y'all, the day before school, the day before this abortion, I called Dee's mom, and I'm like, you know, Miss L, you know, the doctor's appointment tomorrow is at this time, but she didn't know it was for an abortion. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to come to the first appointment. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, it's not. I said it's not my first appointment. I was like, it's for an abortion. And she's like, an abortion? What? That's my son's baby too. Yeah, that's bullshit. And hung up on me. Y'all, I just had a mental breakdown. I just started crying. I ran out the house. I ran and I just blew some steam off. I ran behind the house and sat. And my mom was calling me. I had to sit there, y'all. And then so finally my mom comes outside. She was like, I'm not going to force you to get an abortion. I don't want you to hate me for making you do something for the rest of my life. So if you don't want it, you ain't got to get it. And I told her, I said, I don't want it. So she's like, okay, well, I'll call tomorrow and make you a doctor's appointment and cancel the abortion appointment. I said, okay. So y'all, after that, my anxiety went down, and I was able to call Dee's mama back and tell her, like, my mom's gonna let me keep it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that means the next day I had to prepare for the first day of school instead of an abortion. Y'all, my he went to a high school on the south side of town. I was going to high school on the west side of town, but his brother was going to the same school as me, even though he lived on the south side. But D was going to school on the south side. I was still living on the west side, and God was so I was registered to a school on the west side. I had moved to the south side though, but I still wanted to go to the school on the west side because that's where all my friends were going to. That's where I was supposed to go to. So my mom was like, okay, well, you're going to have to get up at 5 a.m. so you make sure you every day so you can make sure you catch the bus at the mall. I said, okay. Y'all, doing that a month, pregnant, couldn't do it. But, so I went to school, me not thinking nothing of it. They say fresh meat. So all the boys is trying to talk to me, but every single time, you're pregnant by who? I'm gonna say his name. You pregnant by D? I'm like, dang, yeah, how does everybody know? My best friend, supposed best friend, then told everybody, and everybody, his brother went there, he was telling people, and his brother was the popular kid. So, y'all, so when we moved to the south side, for a month, I stayed going to school on the west side, but then I told my mom I didn't want to do it no more. I couldn't. I was too exhausted in the morning to get up. So we transferred to the south side school. So I was excited thinking I was going to go to school with D. But D was in 10th, so he was in the big building, and I was in 9th, so I was in a little building, but we still was on the same side. And he'll come up and meet me at the bus after school, since they got out 15 minutes before we did. And then so I guess I'm gonna stop it here. But yeah, that's pretty much like how it went. Like, it was just like crazy. Like, I really didn't think I was gonna get pregnant. I really didn't think it would happen to me. Y'all, I really didn't. I shouldn't have been doing it anyways. But I mean, I can't take it back. And I love my son to death. I wouldn't take it back. Y'all, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have changed a thing. And I have my reasons for it, and that's going to come at a later date. That's going to be another story. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that teen pregnancy is okay, because it's not. And so you should really think about birth control, condoms, you know what I'm saying? But if you need to really think about if you have this stability. If it wasn't for my mom and my brother, my sister, us raising my son as a family, I don't know if I could have did some of the things I ended up doing going on to high school. But that's going to come, like I said, that's another story, another day. So yeah, now I am a 14-year-old pregnant girl, freshman. But the next story is going to tell y'all how I got to school and found out. No, y'all tell me, do y'all want the story on how when I got to the school, I found out D, get out. I found out D had a girlfriend. D had a girlfriend, y'all. I'm sitting up here pregnant. D had a girlfriend. Even though honestly, we was not together. We was not together at the time. When I found at the end, when I found out, because we started, like I said, we had landline job. We didn't have cell phones, so I kind of lost track of him. He was never in the house, but he wasn't coming over to see me. He really was dating other girls, seeing other girls, honestly. Now that I'm old enough to be like, he was seeing other girls. We was kids. I mean, I don't know why I thought he was going to commit to me at a young age just because I was pregnant by him, but I don't know. And I was crazy about him. Yeah, I was crazy about that man, but yeah. So y'all tell me if y'all want me to tell the story. Tell me how I got to the school and I found out D had a girlfriend, or do y'all want me to go, ladies or anybody, tell me if y'all would rather me go into my labor and delivery story. But these are going to be my next 2 stories I'm going to be telling on my channel. I feel like they could be informational. I feel like they can probably, there's probably a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl out, 19, 20, like really, like, watching this and like know that they wasn't alone. Like, they didn't go through it alone type stuff. Like, they wasn't the only one. Because for the longest, I felt like I was the only one. And then, like, other girls literally in my grade started popping up pregnant. Like, it was popular to be pregnant. Even my best friend, they told everybody, y'all, she ended up pregnant in 9th grade. Yeah, our kids are seniors this year. Senior school starts. Today is August the 11th, 2024. School starts for my kiddos August 26th of 2024. I will have a 12th grader. I will have an 8th grader, a 7th grader, a 3rd grader, and a 2nd grader. So yeah, y'all let me know either way. If I don't hear from y'all, then I'm gonna drop how I found out D had a girlfriend. Yeah, how he had a girlfriend, y'all. Felt played. But y'all welcome to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have fun. That's all I'm gonna say. We finna have fun. And yes, I am one. I have a mouth on me. I don't care. I will be reading comments, and I definitely have time to argue today. Just don't do too much. I mean, I'm willing to take criticism, but just don't do too much. Especially on my family members. Y'all can do what y'all want with me, because guess what? I don't care. Really don't. But I just don't want my family members getting attacked, or the other people in the stories getting attacked, because shit, we grown now. We all grown. We made it. We making money. It is what it is. These kids when I say it's the most, this group, the most spoiled kids up in my area, oh yeah, and they doing their thing. I'm a proud mom. But yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment below, you feel me? And shit, we gonna be back. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back with that, you feel me? So, hey, I'm out.
I can't even lie, I fell in love. I fell out with my dog, and she was